What's going on, guys? Cheddar Paul here with a special video. I was invited up to Zenimax Studios office to play the Elder Scrolls Necrom early. And do you know what? It was a wonderful time. So let's delve into it and I will break down everything that happened and what we can expect. And maybe some footage you haven't seen yet. Let's get into it. So we had about an hour to play in the world. We could only explore certain areas, but most of it was pretty open to us, and it was a preview build, so not everything was entirely finished and so on, but there was a lot for us to explore and see. So like the main area, which was Necrom and the surrounding areas, I didn't see too much of, only a little bit. But you can see that it's very, it's set in Morrowind, and most of it generally is, it's the same as what you would expect from it, just with a little bit of a different sort of vibe to it. Lots of mushrooms and lots of places to explore. It's, what you would expect from Morrowind. They did a really good job with it. There was some Dwemer areas, there was some just city areas, there was these bugs, they were everywhere. But overall, it gave us a little chance to just sort of see the size of it, and the area was pretty big as well. But there was, as we say, restricted by what we were allowed to do and see, but we had good hands-on help to show us the best way to explore. Now, personally, for me, I found that once I got to Apothrica, it was the star of the show for me. It had just, if you like the creepy vibe, and you look at the previous expansions, they haven't had, a lot of them have been quite beautiful and stunning, and then you've got, this is a big contrast to those kind of areas, so this gives you a different vibe. So, you think about like Cold Harbor and its dark blue aesthetic and that, because of Amaeus Mora, it's really fitting towards that theme. And just walking around and seeing the different swamps and tentacles everywhere, you got the little watchers around, all the books that are stacked up everywhere, plus the endless library, which I got a little bit to explore. Mostly what we did is we ended up spending more time trying to play with the class and get a better vibe with how that works, while trying to go, okay, where can we go, what can we do in the limited time we have. And as you can see, it's just stunning. The work they put into it, the details, like they've got these little books that float around as well. They're like, if you would think like insects kind of thing, they don't really do an awful lot. They fly around and they just, it really pulls you into the environment, and it's just stunning, absolutely stunning. But with how quickly we had to go, it was all about trying to build for the ARCANIST. The ARCANIST is far too much fun. It is so different to the other classes. Actually playing hands-on with it really showed me what this is going to be. They've got the 3 different classes for it. You've got the Herald of the Tome, Apothrical Soldier, and Curative Rune Forms. And all like, just running around, lasering everyone. Look at it. And then you can do a little bit like, little shooting, and then you've got an aura, and then you've got more lasers, and then you've got a teleportation, and then you've got a watcher that you can get to laser for you. It was just, I went for a big DPS build, so I was just full of lasers. You've also got, like, you can make this box. I don't know what that does. I didn't even get to check that out. But then you had, like, the shields and buffing. It was really interesting. And then you just had the new enemies as well. So we were taking our builds against these enemies. Our class was at a level 50, so we had everything at our disposal to test out. And the new enemies are really interesting. It's just fits the theme so well. You've got these flying tentacle-like things, and just getting around and trying the different things, like against, well, this Squidward here. It was so much fun. It plays so different. Like, you'll find once you start playing with the ARCANIST, it's so different. And there was a little bit we got to try with the Crux system. Didn't get to go too deep into it, like to sort of min-max kind of see how it worked. But it was all about just continuing your path with what you were doing, and so constant damage, shield buffs, and it adds stacks and stacks and stacks and makes it even stronger. It was an absolute blast, and I think when Necrom comes out, everyone's going to be pleasantly surprised with how well it plays, and what it really has to offer is something different. For someone who is not an Elder Scrolls pro, I can say mine's main's Sorcerer build. I will be going straight to the Arcanist, and that will be my main. It's just too much fun. After having a full hour or so hands-on with Necrom, I think this is going to be a fantastic chapter, and comes out on June 5th on PC, and then on June 20th on Xbox and PlayStation. This is going to be either a really good starting point for people to jump into as new players, as their like first chapter, because you can jump straight in and play, or you can carry on with the characters that you've already had. But Zenimax were so kind to what they did, inviting me up there. They put on an amazing spread. They looked after us. We had a nice Q&A with Rich Lambert and CJ, and they were brilliant answering questions. There were people with better questions than me, so I'm sure they will cover it. But overall, I want to thank them very much for having me up there. Zenimax were amazing, and I look forward to delving into Necrom. Don't forget to subscribe. Check me out on twitch.tv/CheddarPaul, where I shall be playing this. And thanks for watching. See you in the next one.